And then there's the conversation about Luka, who fouled out 4 fouls in 8 minutes to foul out of an NBA Finals game. And boy, I'll tell you what, I don't know what it is. I don't know if he's definitely hurt. He's apparently taking shots to the chest, literal, to help relieve pain. He's hunched over. He looks hurt. He looks like he's banged up. He's iced up, looking like Ben Roethlisberger on a good day, and he's slow defensively. You could see it. And he is in the crosshairs. He looks different, far different. He hasn't played the same since Michael Finley took the beer from him. And the question is he hurt? Is he not? Or is he just not ready for the moment? That is the national conversation about Luka Doncic. And it was set by our favorite Brian Windhorst last night on Scott Van Pelt. I mean, Windhorst's superpower is his ability to analyze and dispense information at the same time and do it in a concise way that is authoritative. He's fearless, and his I texted this to Van Pelt this morning, as a matter of fact. I'm sharing that, I guess, because I'm like, man, you are lucky to have regular access to him. I'm serious, because he was on with Scott. Look at him right there with his fingers out.
Someone tweeted last night, when Windhorst starts pointing and using his hands,
out.
You know something is going on.
Well, you don't want to be on the business end of it.
Exactly.
You don't want to be, because and his armor is he's fearless, and his armor is information and his knowledge and his ability to disseminate it. He's amazing. But he really laid into Luka, saying that Luka's a liability defensively, and his coaches are begging him to stop complaining to the refs. On a 6th foul, I guess it could go either way, but his feet were moving. Do you put yourself in that position?
It's also a fast break. Brown's coming at you full speed. Like, what are you doing? You have 5 fouls.
This was Luka after the game about fouling out.
Luka, what did you think of the whistles that went against you in the 4th quarter?
I mean, I don't know. We couldn't play physical, so I don't know. I don't want to say nothing, but 6 foul in the NBA Finals, where I'm like this. Come on, man. Better than that.
I mean, I'll push back on saying they couldn't play physical. I mean, there was an and one on Tatum, flushing one on P.J. Washington, and he was hacked, and they didn't even blow the whistle on that. And there were a lot of swallowed whistles last night.
A lot of them.
I'm telling you, there were only 36 fouls called in that game, and the Celtics had 19 called on them. Mavericks had 17.
Yeah, Mavericks shot 2 more free throws last night. I mean,
Mavericks had 17 fouls. Luka had 6 of them.
Yeah. It's a physical game. I will say Jaylen Brown is kind of, TJ, we saw it at the end of game 2. He's kind of perfected that subtle shove in the back, pull away, that doesn't get called. But and Luka's getting bumped. Tatum's getting hacked on every drive. They're letting a lot go. But we saw that in the second half of this season, where there were less fouls called, guys were getting less free throws, scoring was down. And I know you're not paying attention, Rich, but all 3 NBA Finals games have gone under. Why is that? Less free throws.
Well, the
less foul calls.
Celtics are also playing lights out defense. Mavericks haven't cracked triple digits yet.
Yep.
They've held them under 100 first 3. So, I will just imagine. I mean, I'm not paying attention. I'm just, but I don't have my head in the sand. I'm saying if one team isn't cracking triple digits, I can only imagine what the folks in that town where Mo Green doesn't have a plaque or a signpost are setting as an under or an over.
New construction just started on a new casino.
It's just Luka's hurt, and you could use that as an excuse.
But the Mavericks had a recipe last night. Kyrie broke out, making shots, making plays. Right. P.J. Washington hitting 3-pointers.
Lively was livelier.
Lively had a double-double last night, but Gafford, Tim Hardaway Jr., and Kleber were a combined -40.
And that's what Jason Kidd said, that he wants Luka to take have more of a rest on offense. It's
They
like,
can't do
good
it.
luck.
Luka was +9 last night. +9. He comes off the court. They immediately lose ground because the bench and
he's one of the greatest
supporting
players
unit isn't getting it done.
He's one of the greatest players in the world, and now the conversation around him today is he's got to grow up more. You know?
I mean, that might be. I also think it's kind of crazy to say if someone says the moment's too big for him. If you go back and look, he's MVP of the EuroLeague at 18. The way those crowds are, though, Rich, and you've seen it, Chris. They start fires in the stands. Like the thousands of people are on top of you.
I disagree with.
It's a wild scene to play in. So if you can make it through that, our fans are kind of tame. So I wouldn't say the moment's too big.
I totally disagree with the moment's too big. He's clearly the moment is fine for him. He rises to the moment, but he has to mature on the court.
No,
his attitude and his towards the officials has got to change. And you heard Windhorst, kind of explain that a little harsher.
Oh, he sure did.
But
did.
I think he didn't tell any lies.
Well, you get the sense here that in order to win a championship, most of the time, you got to climb the mountain, get close, and get chopped down.
And we've seen the Celtics do that over and over again.
And it feels like the Mavericks
This is
their climb, and this is the moment to get chopped down and then learn from it, maybe come back stronger if they're fortunate enough to do that. Similar to what happened to the Celtics a couple of years ago.
Hey, well, Brown got swept in his first finals appearance. It happens.
And you could just go on and on and on about Jordan getting to the mountaintop, how to get through the Pistons and so on. It's very rare that you just pop in, it's your first time there, and hello.
Exactly.
I know, and even the Nuggets had to, last year were coming off of previous, one would say, falling short campaigns. No doubt. Jaylen Brown basically even said that last night. This is what Jaylen Brown had to say after Game 3.
Experience is the best teacher. All year long, we've been hearing about the Celtics of the past. For the last 6 to 8 months, that's all we've been hearing is like all the different shortcomings we've had in the past. This is a new team. You know what I mean? We learned from those experiences, and in these moments, you could see that, we didn't run from it. We stepped up to the plate, and we found a way to win.
I think that's your finals MVP, gents, right there. That guy.
I think through 3 games, I think you're right. He's been awesome.
He's got one more to go.
And shout out to him for maturing and developing.
After signing the Supermax.
This is a guy that got stronger, got better in every phase of his game. His defense has been lights out this playoffs.
No doubt.
I'm so happy for him.
He is absolutely a superstar in this league. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.